do you believe that agents absolutely positively have to prospect? Most agents believe that. The philosophy or the belief system is that you cannot be successful in real estate without prospecting. And when I'm talking about prospecting, I want you to understand the difference. There's prospecting, which is door knocking, cold call, door knocking, cold call, on the phone. There's marketing, there's networking. So I'm not talking about marketing and networking, I'm talking about prospecting. Prospecting is probably the number one featured training of the top trainers in this country. But I'm going to challenge that. I'm going to challenge that, and I want you to think about what you believe about that, and why prospecting, why most agents believe that it's the only way for them to grow their business. But here's a question for you. Here are some leading companies, Apple, an Apple computer, and iPhones and iPads, Rolex and Mercedes. Did any of these companies knock doors? No. Ever had any of these people knock your door and say, would you like to buy an iPad today or an iPhone? No, none of them knock doors. But what about these service providers, attorneys, CPAs, or financial planners? Do they knock doors? So what's the difference? Because all these people want to make money, right? All these companies want to make money just as much as we want to make money. So why are they not knocking doors? What's the big difference? Let's see what the big difference is. The big difference is value. It's the perceived value by the consumer. Now let's kind of look at a scale of, let's say, 1 to 10. These companies, Apple, Rolex, Mercedes, on a 1 to 10, where would you rate them? In 10. They're tops, right? They're elite companies. Attorneys, CPAs, financial planners, where would you rate them on that 1 to 10 list as far as value that they're bringing to consumers? And most importantly, how do consumers look at these service providers? Pretty high, right? Now on that 1 to 10, where does the average consumer rate the value of an agent? And a key component to rating value is how easily are you replaced? From a consumer perspective, if a consumer hires you, basically they meet you at an open house, they sit down with you, they have a conversation with you, and they say, okay, I think I'm going to give you a chance. Then a week later, for whatever reason, they change their mind. How long in their mind do you think it's going to take them to replace you as an agent?
3 seconds.
Not long, right? Not long. My point is, what most agents, and this again I want to focus on, is your belief system. Most agents believe that the way residential real estate is practiced today, it's basically the same as it was 50 years ago. When I got in this business 40 years ago, what's changed? Agents have been about finding buyers or finding sellers and bringing them together. What's changed is back in those days, there was an MLS book that was delivered once a month. Today, it's on the internet, but it's everywhere. There's no more control over that data. There's Zillow, Redfin, and on that have access. So the consumer now can access all the inventory just as quickly and easily as an agent can, right? That didn't used to be the case. So the big value that agents used to bring from a consumer perspective, not from an agent perspective, mind you, but from a consumer perspective, was access to the information, and that's gone. And that's why we've seen commissions steadily come down. It used to be 6%, then it went to 5%, and now on a national level, the average commission rate in this country is below 5% and falling. And you see all the technology companies that are out there that are marketing, purple bricks. I think it's $3,400, $3,500 to sell your property, less than 1%. It's about 0.5% on the median price in Los Angeles County and many other companies. But it comes down to value. If people perceive low value, you're easily replaced. They're going to hammer you for discounts, but here's the other point in getting back to prospecting. If you're bringing low value, how much prospecting do you need to do to find salespeople? To find consumers? It's a lot. It's a lot. But if you have high value, people are searching you out. Isn't that true? High-end attorneys, do you think they're even marketing anymore? No. We need to elevate the value, and here's the exciting part. What I'm going to share with you today is not only life-altering for consumers, but it's life-altering for you as an agent. I'm going to show you where not only can you, but you should be considered more valuable than an attorney at any level. Unless maybe you're going to prison for murdering somebody, but it's going to bring you more value, or your perceived value is going to be greater than an attorney, a CPA, or a financial planner. And isn't that where we all want to be? We want to have that kind of value. Does that make sense? You can and should be able to provide the value, and I'm going to show you exactly how we can make that a reality today. But here's where it starts. Understanding the power of need. Here's what I'm talking about when I talk about the power of need. 3 to 4% of consumers are in the market to make a significant purchase. Now, this 3 to 4% applies to whether you're talking about cars, washer, dryers, appliances, or homes. Only 3 or 4% out of 100 are in the market to make a significant purchase. Now, what percentage of realtors are chasing that 3 or 4%? Everyone. 100% are pursuing that 3 or 4%. So here's my first point, is only 3 or 4 people out of 100 are in the market, and you have 100% of the people competing for that. That just there tells you why it's so hard to make money in real estate. Does that make sense? But here's the next step, and this is what is so critical. The key to selling is understanding human psychology. Why are only 3 or 4% of the people looking to buy? What happened to their psychology? Well, the answer is they made a decision based on their needs that they need to make a purchase, right? I mean, we don't just say, okay, I think I'm going to go buy a house just for the heck of it, right? We look at our life and we say, okay, maybe we have a 2-bedroom, we need a 3-bedroom, or someone's in a condo and now they have kids and they want to get a house, and so on. But my point is, the decision is needs-based. Now, here's what the real estate industry believes. Agents have been trained forever to wait until the consumer makes that decision, comes to that conclusion that I need to buy or sell real estate. Now, based on the consumer making that decision, now agents market to people. So if someone is in the market to buy, what are you going to market? So let me give you an example, maybe this will make it a little bit easier. Let's say someone's in the market to buy a refrigerator. If you sell refrigerators, what are you going to market? Refrigerators, right? You have pretty pictures of refrigerators. This is why, what does Zillow market? Houses, right? Most agents market houses. Here's my new listings, or here's listings in the neighborhood. They market houses. Why do they do that? Because those pictures of the houses, if you're not in the market, are the pictures of houses going to be of any interest to you? No, you're just going to trash it, right? But if you are in the market and you get pictures and you say, okay, I'm interested in buying a property in Lakewood, and you see a picture of new listings in Lakewood, then you're going to pause and look. So that's the logic, right? So it makes sense. But here's the challenge with that. Small market, lots of competition, very difficult to differentiate. Here's the game changer. The game changer is there is a dramatically larger market than 3 or 4%. In fact, there's a market that's 10 times larger than that. Instead of 3 or 4% out of 100, there's at least 30 to 40% of consumers that need to buy real estate and that no agents are marketing to. Let me explain why that's true. All right, look on the right here. It says 7 to 10% of consumers are real estate investors. Now, I've done the research on this. In Los Angeles County, about 7.5% of the people own 2 or more properties. In Orange County, it's about 10%. So the total of the 100%, the top line is 50% of the people own real estate. But only, I'm going to use 10% as an easier number. Only 10% own 2 or more properties. Now, in the bottom 50% rent. Now, by the way, this is a Southern California number. Nationwide, it's about 63-64% of the people own real estate. But in Southern California, it's only about 50%, and the key reason is millennials. Millennials are not buying because of the fear from what they experienced with their families, the 2008 meltdown. But here's the point. All right, 7 to 10% of the people own 2 or more properties. So 7 to 10% of the people believe that real estate is a viable and smart investment to help them with their financial security and their wealth and retirement, right? But what does that tell you about the bottom 90%? What do they believe? What do the bottom 90% believe about real estate? They don't believe in it, right? 90% of the people do not believe in real estate as a vehicle to get them to financial security, retirement, or wealth. So what do they believe in? What do they believe in? It's not real estate. It's the stock market, right? It's 401k or IRA. They're all saving in a 401k or IRA. That's what they've been trained. Here's my point. 90% of the people believe that the stock market, that the 401k or IRA is the path to their financial security. And so if you're planning for retirement, who do you call? Financial planners, right? You don't call a realtor, right? Call a financial planner. But how many of you believe that real estate is a superior investment to stocks? Raise your hand if you believe real estate is a superior investment. It's absolutely superior. It's not even close. It's not even close. So here's my point. If everybody in this industry intrinsically knows that real estate blows away the stock market, why are 90% of the people not investing in real estate? How's that possible?
Not informed.
Whose fault is that?
Ours.
It's the whole industry's fault. And this again gets back to your belief system. It's all about what you believe. Residential realtors, the whole industry does not see the home as a path to financial security. They don't see real estate as the path to financial security. The whole industry has been trained to sell houses as if they were selling refrigerators. If you were selling a refrigerator, what would you talk about? Do you want 1 door or 2 doors? Do you want the freezer on the side or on the bottom? How many cubic feet do you want? Do you want stainless steel? Or do you want it to have a color, right? Now, what do realtors talk about? How many bedrooms and baths? How many square feet? Same thing. It's features and benefits. That's it. But the home is the fastest creator of wealth over every investment, period. And it is the path. It is the path to financial security and wealth. The home solves major life problems for people. And I'm going to show you what those major life problems are, is how we go to this.